Hey, what's going on, geezers and geezettes? So today we're going to be talking about how the HIMARS in Ukraine is going to destroy all Russian logistics. We've seen in the news of recent how this HIMARS rocket system is literally doing the business over there, and it's doing it in good fashion. So we're going to be talking about that. I look forward to that, guys. If you want to drop a comment below with your thoughts and feelings on today's video, then let me know, guys. I'm happy to speak to you anytime you drop a comment. So without further ado, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you want to become a member, hit that join button, guys. If you don't, then happy days, no worries whatsoever. Let's do it.
This is HIMARS, the American Multiple Rocket Launcher System.
This is HIMARS.
It is these machines that are destined to completely change the course of the war in Ukraine.
I agree.
Now I will show you how it will happen, but first, a few key features of the HIMARS, which is vastly superior to its Russian counterpart, the Uragan. First, the HIMARS can strike at distances of up to 80 kilometers.
Right, okay, I didn't know it was that far. That's unbelievable.
These are the types of projectiles that were provided to Ukraine by the US at this stage of the war.
There he is, there's Sleepy Joe there. Look at him. Look at him falling asleep and stuff.
In comparison, the similar Russian system called Uragan fires only at a distance of 40 kilometers. Secondly, the HIMARS shoot very accurately. So accurately that the projectile can hit a chimney hole on the roof of a house. Navigation is carried out using a satellite system similar to GPS, while the Russian Uragan can deviate from the target by several hundred meters and is guided by a drone, which can be shot down. Analysts have also calculated that one salvo of 6 HIMARS missiles is equal to 700 shots of Russian artillery.
Okay, that's formidable. I mean, these things, just looking at them getting shot is absolutely, it's going to scare the living shit out of you.
That is, Russia needs to fire 700 shots to destroy, for example, one Ukrainian command post. HIMARS can do it with one salvo of 6 missiles.
Yeah, you can't compete with that. You can't compete in the slightest. Russia can't compete with that if they haven't got this system. Fantastic.
Third, the HIMARS is very light, mobile, and fast to use. It can move at 90 kilometers per hour, and the reload time of the ammunition is 5 minutes. The team consists of only 3 people, and they have an armor-protected cabin.
Shoot and scoot tactics with this. You can be in, you can be out, you can be shitting it all about.
Russia, of course, has another counterpart to the HIMARS, the SMERSH system. But it is very clumsy and heavy to use, and also the accuracy of their hits is extremely low. At long distances, it can deviate from the target by more than 1 kilometer.
Right, I don't understand how you can have a weapon system that's designed for accurate striking capability that doesn't have an accurate striking capability. 1 kilometer, that's disgustingly inaccurate, potentially, over a long distance. I don't understand the inaccuracy here, and I don't understand how you would even be happy with using that bit of kit.
So I won't even talk about this in more detail. So the main task of the HIMARS in Ukraine is to cut off the Russian front from supplies and completely destroy the logistics of the Russians. Therefore, the Ukrainians use them to hit the most strategic targets behind enemy lines.
Yeah, we've seen them using this weapon system, targeting, munition factories and stuff, stockpile posts, basically, which is going to hinder the heavy bombardment of artillery, which we've seen Russia being quite devastating with. That's the one thing that we have to give props for. Things that they're doing well is the artillery. It would be interesting to see what's happened after this operational pause that they've just taken, whether or not that capability is as good as it was before that operational pause. To me, an operational pause against the aggressor who's allegedly winning means that they need to get their shit together and they haven't got enough time to do it, so they're taking an operational pause. That's what that means.
Because of their high accuracy and effectiveness, the Ukrainians don't need to utilize too many missiles to destroy targets. Now take a look at the map. This is the front line. This is where the main forces of Russia are concentrated, and this is where the main fighting takes place. In the rear of the Russian troops, there are command posts, warehouses with ammunition, repair bases, and infrastructure that supplies the troops at the front. The HIMARS can systematically destroy all this without a single miss using precise strikes and satellite data. Just a few HIMARS can cut off a 100-kilometer long front line from supply and control. Left without ammunition and control, the Russian troops will not be able to fight. They would be disorganized. Then Ukraine will be able to launch an offensive and break through the Russian defenses.
What I think might happen is we're going to see a lot more of this taking place, a lot more of the HIMARS systems being utilized. I would be interested to see what Russia's going to do to counteract that, whether or not they're going to use their special forces teams to be able to get behind enemy lines and sabotage these bits of kit. The reason I don't think that's going to happen is because the intelligence that you'd need on the whereabouts needs to be second to none, which I don't think theirs is. And also you need to be highly mobile and maneuverable to be able to spot these things, because the HIMARS is light, ready to fight. Shoot and scoot type tactics is what they're all about. Really hard to track down these things, and I think this could be the turning point in the war. I was talking about this in another video where, you know, the scales are going to flip, and I think the HIMARS is going to be the Achilles heel for Russia, just like the ground-to-air missile systems in Afghanistan was when they were fighting there. It was just it flipped the scales. You know, they couldn't do anything about that. So I think the HIMARS system, what it's going to do is it's going to push Russia into almost a bit of a standpoint where, you know, their stockpiles are going to be getting smashed, their logistical support chains are going to be getting smashed with these HIMARS rocket systems. They're going to try and fail miserably at trying to locate these things. They're not going to be able to do anything about it. And whilst this gets drawn out a little bit further, the morale of the Russians is going to weaken, and they're going to start taking land back. In actual fact, I think it's going to be a little bit easier for Ukraine. I think they're going to be able to just take land back without even having to fight for it if the HIMARS rocket system does what it says it can do. But what do I know? Let me know in the comments.
In fact, the HIMARS will completely change the nature of this war. The Russians will have to completely overhaul their strategy, tactics, and logistics if they are capable of doing so. Russia will no longer be able to fight as intensely as it used to. There are already 4 HIMARS working in Ukraine. They are the ones we see in these shots right now. But in the coming months, there could be dozens of them already. Imagine what will happen then.
Look at that. That's an incredible amount of firepower.
Thanks to these 4 HIMARS, Ukraine has already been able to destroy more than 20 large ammunition depots and several command posts, as well as destroying the Russian military base at the Melitopol airfield. But the more HIMARS there are, the faster Ukraine will be able to prepare for an offensive. I think that when Ukraine gets at least 20 of these vehicles, it will be ready for an offensive. Most likely at the first stage, the Ukrainians will start liberating their southern territories and approach Crimea. Then the eastern part of Ukraine will be liberated. I think that over time, Ukraine will gain a tangible advantage over Russia due to precise modern weapons and will begin the offensive.
Yeah, and I have to agree with that. I couldn't add anything to it. I do think the HIMARS are going to be the Achilles heel, like I said before. It's just going to be such a fantastic change in the pace of this war. I don't think Russia can get their logistics sorted out at the best of times. We all know how bad Russia is at logistics. We're not going to harp on too much on this video about it. History proves that point.
Let's wait for that moment and see.
Okay, short and sweet on that one. How HIMARS in Ukraine destroys all Russian logistics. It does it because it's a formidable light shoot and scoot tile weapon system. I do think they're going to be hot topic for Russia, though. I do think that's going to be one of their main talking points in these military talks and ops briefs that they have. But I don't think they're going to be able to counteract it anytime soon. Put it that way. I think they're just going to, I do think this is going to be the thing that changes the pace of the war. What do you think, though, guys? Let me know in the comments. If you like today's video, smash the like button. And I just want to say thank you for being here, troops. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're nearly at 250,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? Just an idiot from the Northeast who was a Royal Marine and is now a YouTuber. So I'm really, really grateful, troops. Thank you very much for your support. And yeah, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day.